A lot of people who come to me for help or support in their journey because they've heard about the freedom I've experienced from chronic anxiety, panic attacks, OCD thinking, phobic kind of stuff. They hear my story, and as they're processing through things I'm teaching them, coaching them, helping with, there's a predominant question that comes to the surface a lot, and it's this, is when is this struggle going to come to an end? When am I going to receive my breakthrough? At what point will I overcome this issue? And I'm brought back to a really important time in my life and journey where anxiety, overwhelming, kind of obsessive, panic-ridden thinking was just invading my whole life. I remember it was 24/7. I'd wake up, it was there. I'd go to bed, it was there. I would go to social events, it was there. I would hang around people, it was there. It was at an all-time high. I tell people that on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, I was at a 10 or a 9 pretty much all day long for a while. And I remember this particular day very clearly where I was walking along and was just overwhelmed with how much fear had invaded my life. And I remembered the verse in 1 John 4:18, which says, "He who fears has not been made perfect in love. For perfect love casts out fear." And so in that moment, it's like I stopped and paused and had a moment with myself. I took a step back because in that moment I was like, when's this gonna end? When's the anxiety gonna end? When am I gonna get free? When are things gonna get better? I mean, come on, right? And this discouragement rises up, this intense pressure, and you get angry, and then you just get worse. Not only do you have the problem, you have the pressure and all the contempt and condemnation on top of the problem. And so in that moment, I was realizing this isn't an intelligence issue. This isn't that I'm just too weak to get free. This isn't because something's like so wrong with me, I'll never be able to get over this or get free from this. It was a love problem. My problem was that I had a love deficit. There were areas of my heart that did not experience love. And it's like I took a sigh in that moment and went, okay, Mark, what you need is you need love. And you need to learn how to receive it. You need to learn how to experience it. And that journey takes time. One of the things I learned is that love is so powerful, but there's two pillars that are very strong to love. One is love is patient and love is kind. Kindness is what love gives out. Patience is what love can handle. And in that moment when I was walking and going through this mess, I engaged the power of kindness and patience. I spoke to myself kindly over this issue, and I exercised the power of patience in that moment. And it revolutionized my journey. And so instead of saying to myself, when is this going to end? When am I going to break free? When am I going to get over it? When am I going to experience the good fruit? When is this all going to end? I took a step back, and this is the statement I said that changed the trajectory of my journey. I said, it will take as long as it takes. It will take as long as it takes. Freedom will take as long as it needs to take. Healing will take as long as it needs to take. Transformation will take as long as it needs to take. And do you know what that insight and illumination did for me? It actually sped up the trajectory of my transformation. It's interesting that in the kingdom of God, when we take on a yoke of pressure, and I gotta hurry up and get well, and I gotta take care of this now, and hurry, and when am I gonna be free, and come on, it actually gets worse. It gets harder and it gets more difficult, and then we get more angry at ourselves. I learned in that moment to take the pressure off because God wasn't putting a weight of pressure. He was actually revealing to me His heart to love me. And part of receiving that love was loving myself and saying, you didn't get here overnight. It's going to be a process. It will take as long as it takes. And it eased me into, it didn't make it easier necessarily, but it sped up the journey of transformation because I realized when I'm hard on myself and I listen to the guilt and accusation and condemning thoughts of the enemy, the journey only gets harder. When I learn to rest in the love that God has for me, then I realize this is going to take as long as it takes, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. So I want to invite you wherever you're at, whether it's a mental health struggle or it's some kind of breakthrough that you're looking to have in your life or you're seeking to grow, is take the weight and the pressure off of having to be fixed, healed, transformed by yesterday, and engage the love of patience that says this will take as long as it takes. And I know it'll make a major difference in your life and your journey.